Hello, and welcome to part 1 of the Pokemon Sapphire Let's Play. So, this is something I did back when I first started YouTube. However, this time I'm doing post-commentary so that I can do multiple takes and not have to re-record the game. And basically the commentary will be better. Now, any of you who are familiar with my previous Let's Play are probably going to be asking, am I still going to be emulating? And the answer to that simply is yes. The long answer to that, well, there's 3 reasons why. The first reason is that I cannot capture at the moment still. I'm still saving up for that capture card, waiting for the Christmas season so it'll go on sale. And even if I did have the capture card, I do not have a Game Boy player, and I need to make sure I get one with the disc. I need to make sure the disc is not scratched up, because otherwise it won't work. The second reason is that even if I could capture, I already have a save file on my current copy, and I'd rather not delete that. You know, I'm quite happy with how I'm doing on that save file, but I'll probably play ahead on that save file just to save time in the long run. And the third reason is that emulation just looks better. Like, quite simply, it just looks nicer. So here you can see that I'm still using the same ROM, I'm just going to be starting a new file. So, there won't be any of the old stuff with the Cody file. This is going to be a completely new save file, completely new run, and that save file is gone. And if you're wondering where those videos went, I deleted them from YouTube and I deleted them from my computer. They are gone. Now, here's a little interesting part. I actually named myself, as you're about to see here in a second, Hiro, which is a Japanese name, but I never knew that as a kid. I believe I came up with the name Hiro back when I was playing Pokemon Gold for the Game Boy Color as a kid. And basically, I made a misspell of the actual English word hero, because I figured, you know, I'm the hero, I want to be called Hiro. And I don't know if I misspelled it or if I did the spelling intentionally. But I always pronounced it Hero, which turned out to be correct, so, you know, it's just been a name that's stuck with me. I don't always go with that name. I usually go with Cody, or I'll go with the default character name, but Hero was just something I felt like doing as a throwback. And, here we're going to see our mom, as we have in every Pokemon game, and this one's a little different, because in other Pokemon games, you don't have a father. Which is weird. Like, in the first Pokemon game, Red, Blue, and Yellow, if you watch the TV downstairs, I believe it says something about your father would enjoy this program, and that, there's, in the Celadon department store, there's a sports game, and it says, Dad would like this. Right here, I'm just trying to figure out exactly where 123 is. So I'm trying to measure increments. But yeah, this one, you actually get to see your dad. He's there, and he is, a little spoiler for later, he is actually a gym leader, but we won't be fighting him right away. It's one of those things where there's the gym that you see early on, and then you go back and you fight him later because you're nowhere near strong enough. Right here, I want you to see, right there on the screen, that is a GameCube controller, but it clearly says a Game Boy Advance is connected as a controller. I found that a little strange, that they couldn't bother to animate or, like, draw in a Game Boy Advance. Like, they put in the GameCube controller, but they don't actually show the Game Boy Advance controller. And here, our dad is on TV, and we just missed him. That's literally what just happened. Dad was on, but we missed him. So now Mom is saying we should visit Dad's friend, Professor Birch. He is going to be the Professor Oak of this game. He is going to teach us about Pokemon, and he is going to give us a Pokedex later on. Not in this episode. Couldn't get that lucky. I'm trying to keep these down to around 10 to 12 minutes, depending on, you know, what I can do. I also would like to note that while I have already decided which Pokemon I'm going to be using in my final team for the Elite Four, which will actually be the same team as I'm using in my Pokemon Sapphire cartridge, I would like to have, name suggestions for Pokemon, if you're up for that. Usually my naming convention is just that I make random noises with my mouth until I make a word. And it's not even a real word most of the time, it's just a weird mashup of syllables. And you'll be seeing that here in a little bit when we get our starter Pokemon. Oh yeah, as you noticed earlier, I got in the computer and I pulled out a potion. Always take the potion out of the computer when you start a Gen 1 through 3 Pokemon game. I cannot stress this enough. It is a free potion. In early game, you want a free potion. It will save your life. Because in early games, sometimes you can't actually buy anything for a while. In Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow specifically, you can't actually buy anything from the first town's shop until you have delivered Professor Oak's parcel, and you'll have to do a lot of running through grass and fighting wild Pokemon before that. So, to save yourself some trips, you definitely need to go and get that potion. So always withdraw that potion out of your computer at the beginning of these games. And as you can see, I'm showing off all the different stars here. Trico is the grass, Torchic is fire, Mudkip is water, and here I was just trying to build up suspense. We're going with Mudkip, okay? I like Mudkip. I actually do legitimately like Mudkip. I use him for all but one of my Pokemon Sapphire runs. I had one run as a kid where I used Trico, and I just didn't like him at all. Now this battle really doesn't require any skill on your part. Just use Tackle or whatever attack move you have. Don't bother with your status move. This Poochyena is so weak that honestly you're going to beat her with just like 3 attacks. Like there's no point in doing anything other than Tackle or Scratch or whatever. Or Pound if you're using Trico. I was trying to remember what Trico's move was. And now we suddenly figure out that the Pokemon we chose is the one that we're going to get to keep. So, now we've got a Mudkip. And we are going to give him a nickname. We're going to be naming every Pokemon in this. This is not a Nuzlocke, but... Oh, right here I'm making noises with my mouth until something fits. And if you notice that my cursor like stops or jerks around or that I run into walls during this playthrough, I am using an external, like, a third-party PS3 controller, and it can be a little funky with the directional pad. Like, sometimes it doesn't register that I'm moving, so I'm lucky that I'm not playing something like Mega Man Battle Network where I need to be very precise with my movements, though I tend to prefer to use the joystick for that. So, he wants us to meet his kid, who I already met. Didn't I? I want to say I already met her. Oh, that's right. We met her earlier. I think I might have sequence broke a little bit. I'm not entirely sure there. We're going to heal up because I don't even remember if you heal after that first battle. But I was just being safe. And we are going to go outside. You might have seen that I ran into that table. Yeah, the controller is a little funky. It is a Nyko or something. I don't know what that was. Just heard a click sound. I don't know if that was me or what. I'm going to be making sure I turn off my microphone for recording these though, like the footage, just so that I don't have to worry about clicking sounds or my joystick or me yelling at the game when I lose a battle. And right here is pretty much where you can click off. We're just going to grind Mudkip, or I'm sorry, Florbus, to level 6. Because I really want to make sure he's at least level 7 for the next playthrough. I thought I'd show off a little bit of grinding right here, since it only takes 2 battles. But I will be grinding him to level 7 off camera before I proceed with the story at all. Because you do want to have your Pokemon at least level 7 or 8 before you face May, or Brendan if you're playing as a female character, up on Route 103. Because their character is going to have the Pokemon that you are weak against. It will be level 5, so it will not have any stab moves, meaning it will not have anything that will be super effective against you, but two equally matched Pokemon fighting with the same moveset, it basically comes down to who gets the first attack off. So, you want to be up to a higher level just so you'll have the speed and the attack and the defense to withstand your opponent. So, that's pretty much it. We're just gonna go heal up, and then that will be the end of the episode. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope to be doing these a little bit more frequently, try and get some content out. But I am working on voice acting, stuff like training my voice. I'm working on a review video at the moment, so these might not be super frequent. Probably around 2 or 3 a week, if I can even manage that. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.